Welcome to another review, everyone. I am Robbie.
I'm Jye.
And this is part one of many of our Marvel Cinematic Universe countdown that we promised you guys. So we're going through and rewatching every single Marvel film, and obviously we're starting with the one that created it all, the origins of the whole universe, Iron Man. Hope you enjoy.
No one's allowed to talk, is that it? You can't talk?
No, you intimidate them.
Good God, you're a woman.
Is it better to be feared or respected? And I say, is it too much to ask for both? I humbly present the Jericho. To peace.
Tony Stark. Now you work for me.
Iron Man was directed by Jon Favreau and it stars Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, Terrence Howard, Jeff Bridges,
Jon Favreau himself.
Jon Favreau himself, yeah, and the voice of Paul Bettany.
Yes. So Iron Man, this pretty much tells the origin of Tony Stark becoming Iron Man and kicking off the entire MCU.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't remember, did we know at the time that this was going to kick off the cinematic universe, or was it something that was revealed afterwards?
Maybe they were just seeing how the movie went. I mean, there is the post-credit scene.
There is, yeah. But it wasn't known to audiences before then, was it really?
I honestly, I can't remember.
No, it was known, because that was the whole idea of Marvel becoming its own independent studio.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So yeah, because up until that point, there was obviously Marvel Films,
Yeah.
but Marvel wasn't its own studio. It was under the
The
Sony and Fox,
Fox, yeah.
Paramount, I think, as well.
Well, luckily Iron Man did so well.
So yeah, I mean, like, the whole idea was for them to get the rights back to the characters, or the ones they could get the rights back to, because obviously Sony and Fox still own quite a few of them. But starting off with Iron Man, and pretty much, I think it was known before that they were going to be bringing as many characters as they could to the big screen. I just didn't know how extensive everyone knew it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because it is incredibly extensive.
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, Iron Man is good, and Robert Downey Jr. is pretty much the perfect Tony Stark and the perfect
Robert
anchor.
Downey Jr. is Tony Stark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the perfect anchor for the whole thing. The whole universe is arguably centered around Iron Man. Like,
And I feel like not enough credit is given to Jon Favreau anymore. He is essentially the guy who kicked, like, along with Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
They kick-started the whole thing, and everyone talks about Kevin Feige still, with good reason. Like, he's the one who's in charge of the whole thing. But Jon Favreau, like, a lot was on his shoulders with his first film, and I don't know if it's just because Iron Man 2 didn't turn out as good, and he was.
I was about to say he did make Iron Man 2. So
Yeah, but
nice.
he said that he didn't want to come back to Iron Man 3 because of the experience of Iron Man 2.
Right.
I don't think it was a film he wanted to make 100%, from what I heard.
Okay.
But still, Iron Man was the first one, and wow, it was an incredible job for a character that no one really knew anything really about, unless you're a comic book reader.
Yeah, the general audience is, he's just Iron Man. He's like, now it's like, Iron Man, wow, he's like one of the main superheroes.
Yeah.
But when this came out, I was like, Iron Man.
I remember when I saw the trailer, I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah, so as we said, luckily the film is good. This movie on rewatch to me, I like more now than I did when it actually first came out.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's credit to the films that came after, like going back and seeing these characters way back when. 10 years ago. Which is insane.
2008, yeah.
Which is
came out.
insane.
Yeah.
So
A decade of cinematic universe.
And they've done well.
They have done well.
And this movie, no exception. Even at the beginning, it's still great. And it's such a simple storyline.
It is.
It's like, compared to the Marvel movies now, there's so much going on. There's so much world building. There's so much cramming. This, pretty much no world building. It's just the origins of Tony Stark becoming Iron Man, and that's it. There's not like a whole lot more.
That is essentially it, and it's a simple storyline, and it doesn't Like it explores it well, but it's still fairly basic, really, when you think about it.
It is like so. At the beginning of the film, we get to see like there's a short bit before the credit comes up where, you see Tony actually get kidnapped and like taken, and then it flashes back
to the
36 hours before.
You see what happens before, yeah.
And then like so up until he escapes and then becomes like there's no real villain in the film. That they're like there's no
the villain's
real
revealed kind of later on
at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, for a good hour and a half of the film, it's
Yeah.
legitimately just him becoming Iron Man.
Yes, exactly. If you haven't seen the film yet, if you haven't, sure, whatever.
Go and watch the whole
yeah.
all 18 Marvel
18
movies so far.
But if you haven't seen the film yet, this is going to be a spoiler-free review up until the end. We will give warning when we jump into spoilers at the end of the review. Like you were saying, how it got better for you on rewatch.
Yeah. So
I think for me, it stays the same, but I think I don't enjoy it. That's wrong to say. I enjoy it just as much, but I remember when it first came out, I was raving about this movie.
Yeah.
And I think my feelings for it have slightly diminished, and it's not a fault of the film. It's just that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been so good, with a couple of exceptions where it's maybe not quite on that level, but overall they have been terrific films.
Yeah. And they keep getting better.
Exactly. So then when I go back and watch this one, I'm like, it's a great movie. I'm like, wow, you know, when you compare it to movies like The Avengers and Winter Soldier and all those movies, like, God, it's almost incomparable.
That's the tough thing, because it is definitely not on the same level of those films. Now, it contained in the universe as its own singular thing. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the compared to everything else that's come after it.
And it's a testament to the strength of the cinematic universe that it is so good. When this is a terrific film, and you'll see our star rating for this at the end, and this is still our third, for both of us, our third least favourite of all 18 films.
Yeah.
But we still love it.
And it's still really good.
Yeah.
So that it is. It's a testament to how well crafted this universe is. So
getting more into the film itself, it's very competently directed by Jon Favreau. The script is very good. There's not a single line of dialogue where you're like, oh, really, that's kind of corny or off-putting. The characters are well developed.
I forgot how much of unlikable Tony Stark is in this film at the beginning. He to me, he comes across, he's meant to. Yeah. But he comes across as this very arrogant, up himself, egotistical.
He's unlikable, but I still love him just because it's Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, of course, and I mean Robert Downey Jr. plays him to a T. But they weren't afraid to make him this character. You think, oh, okay, he's just being a bit of a dick.
Yeah, and especially we're used to him now being more sympathetic towards other people's feelings. Yeah. Other side of this one, he's a jerk to like Pepper and everyone who are pretty much his servants. Yeah. And he treats them just like, I'll give him his best friend Rhodey. He keeps him waiting for 3 hours for no reason at all. Yeah.
Rhodey being Terrence Howard.
So this is the only film in the universe where Terrence Howard plays Rhodey. There was some behind-the-scenes dispute between Iron Man 1 and 2, and he decided not to come back. And we have Don Cheadle from now on. Yeah. But it is the same character. It's Rhodey. Out of curiosity, which one do you prefer, Don Cheadle or Terrence Howard?
It's hard to say because
we've had so much of Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle's, when I think of the character now, I think of Don Cheadle. Yeah. If Terrence Howard had have continued, it would have been fine.
Well, I said when Iron Man 2 came out and you had just one of each character.
One of each. It still is hard to say because Iron Man 2 I don't think is as good a film as Iron Man 1. However, the character has more to do. He has a more pivotal role in Iron Man 2. So
they both portray him kind of differently as well.
He feels like a completely different character when played by Don Cheadle. Yeah.
And I personally, I prefer Don Cheadle as an actor to Terrence Howard.
So do I.
But I mean,
it's just annoying how like this universe has been pretty good with casting the entire way through. The only major hiccup is obviously we'll get into it in the next Marvel video with the Incredible Hulk. But there's been no other real major changes.
No, not really. No. It bugs me when they recast. It really bugs me. And then we've got Jeff Bridges. As Obadiah Stane. I love Jeff Bridges.
He's good. He's good in a lot of things. He's good in this.
You can understand him a lot clearer in this movie. He hasn't gone full mashed potato mouth yet.
No, he hasn't. Yeah, he's speaking clearly, and he looks clean in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of other movies, he doesn't look as clean.
Future movies like in Kingsman, he's like. But I mean, I love the way Jeff Bridges speaks, but sometimes I'm literally like, what was that?
Yeah, he's good in this.
Yeah. And then Gwyneth Paltrow is excellent as Pepper Potts.
Yeah.
And we get our first intro to Clark Gregg as fan favorite Agent Coulson.
Mm-hmm.
He's only got a small role in this one compared to the future Marvel movies, but God, he's so good in the role.
Yeah.
He is so good.
I've never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., believe it or
I've
not.
seen the first 2 seasons.
So
No, just the first season.
So I can't say I've seen that much of him, but
Right.
he is in more
Yeah.
Marvel movies in the future, as you said. Yeah, he's good at it. Standout is obviously Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
There's no one outshines him in this film.
Overall, I thought the characters were done very well,
Mhm.
especially for someone who didn't know any of their backgrounds.
Yep.
They do a good job of really establishing who each of these people are in this movie and what role they could have going forwards.
Mhm.
So one thing that's really bugged me with the Marvel Cinematic Universe up to now is the music, because there hasn't been a single constant theme through the entire 18 films. And I get each superhero needs to have their own theme, but even in, like, say, the Iron Man trilogy, each Iron Man film has a different composer, and each composer has their own individual theme. And it just infuriates me so much.
This is something that doesn't affect me as much as it affects you.
It really bugs me.
Yeah, I've noticed, and that's the thing with Marvel movies, their themes aren't... You don't leave the cinema humming the themes.
No, for me, the one that stands out is obviously the Avengers. Thank God they've carried that one through.
Yeah.
But it's
like name Ant-Man's theme.
Exactly, and for all Batman, he's got an amazing theme. He's got 2 amazing themes. Superman,
Wonder Woman now.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
But none of these Marvel Cinematic Universe, say name the Thor theme. Did he have a theme?
I'm sure he did.
Exactly, and that's the problem. I think it needed just a bit more of a signature piece.
Yep.
To really tie it all in together.
Definitely.
And like I said, I get that each hero should have a different theme. Definitely, like Black Panther shouldn't have the same kind of music as Incredible Hulk.
Of course.
But every time Incredible Hulk shows up, it would be cool if he had just a little motive, just to, signal that he's on screen now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it is a nitpick considering how good the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. But it is something that has always annoyed me going through. But the music in Iron Man's good. It's very kind of like heavy metal based almost.
Yeah, I mean the film opens with AC/DC.
Yeah.
So like it keeps up that kind of tone of music.
Yeah. So jumping into spoilers now. So that's a warning. If you haven't seen Iron Man, we're going to go into spoilers with this one.
He dies. Not really. But yeah. So one thing, the main spoiler thing here is that Jeff Bridges' character becomes the villain.
Yeah.
In the final half an hour.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming if you read the comic books, that's not a surprise. But to everyone else,
but I mean,
everyone else, it would be a big surprise.
Did you think his transition was done well, was handled well?
I think it was.
So do I.
Yeah. Because he seemed nice, but he always had a kind of like a mysterious quality about him.
Yeah, and I mean in this, so he was Tony Stark's father's business partner in the film, and like he seems there's something off about him, like there is
something off about
him. You can tell the entire time he doesn't.
He seems somewhat unhinged at the start.
Yeah,
and then he kind of seems to gravitate more towards the friendly side.
Yeah,
but there's still times, just the way Jeff Bridges plays him, which I mean, goes to how good Jeff Bridges is. Where I love Jeff Bridges, I cannot stand him in this movie because of how well he plays the role. Like he's such a, especially towards when it really amps up.
Yeah. You can just tell he's being fake. Like when Tony returns,
he's so two-faced in this movie. He really is. Like the bit where at the gala. Yeah. When he puts the arm around for the photo op.
And then even before that, when Tony announces that they're shutting down arms, he jumps straight in, puts his arm around, like keeps a smile on. It's but really inside you can tell he's fuming.
Yeah.
And then even the scene where he finds Pepper at the computer.
Yes, that is a terrific scene. But that moment when you think she's finally free, and he's like, "Is that today's paper?" And she just frees, and she's holding the paper with the USB in the same hand, and she just kind of like tries to just slip it through her fingers.
Yeah, it's a really intense scene. He's a good villain in this.
He's very good. I find he loses a bit his menacing quality once he actually gets into the suit.
I was just about to say, he becomes a bit. He becomes very
monstrous.
Samey, just like just
very almost like a Pacific Rim kind of thing going on.
Which I think they just tried to up the stakes at the end of the film. But but that doesn't detract. I don't think it doesn't. The other big bit of the spoiler is obviously the post-credit scene.
Yes, so Nick Fury makes his first appearance. Yeah,
and I mean, I did not get to see Iron Man in the cinemas. I didn't see this. In the cinema.
Really?
So I would have liked to have seen audience reaction to that. Like it would have been cool.
Yeah, like I saw the movie on my own, simply because I don't think I had that much excitement for the film, like I said earlier. So normally when it's a movie I'm looking forward to, I always make sure I go with someone. It's always more fun when you're sharing like a big event film with a friend.
Well, nobody knew this was going to turn into the monster it is today. So.
And then. So I think I just went between like uni classes or something. I was like, I'll go check it out. So I just like loved it straight away, and at the time you didn't know it was a thing. You have to wait for the end credits in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. But
being me, I always stay for the end credits, which I know infuriates people I go see movies with. But I always stay for the end credits, and this time it paid off because, like you said, Nick Fury appears.
At a rather big moment.
Yeah, and I didn't know who Nick Fury was. Because I didn't really read that side of the comic books. There's many more Spider-Man that I've read, and I was like, what is Samuel L. Jackson doing here at the end of the movie? I was like, shouldn't this have been in the actual film? And then he was like, I had heard of the Avengers, but I didn't still realize how big the Avengers was.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is the I want to talk about the Avengers Initiative. I was like, huh? And then it just cuts off like
imagine that like having that reaction now after all these films. Avengers Infinity War. Who that?
And I always remember this. There was these two guys sitting in front of me, and they must be like massive comic book nerds. Because as soon as he said that, because he was like, oh my god, and I was just like, did I miss something?
Yeah, so I would have liked to have witnessed that in the cinema. That would have been like, whoa, wow, okay, that's cool. And then the post-credit scenes are always cool. Like for the first couple, it was like, oh, we're getting Thor. There's his hammer, Like, so
they got a bit lazy with the Avengers one. It was literally just an Avengers trailer at the end of Captain America. But no, like and that's when I was saying I was complaining a bit about the Black Panther end credit scenes.
Yeah,
it's just because the first few was so good and got you so excited. I don't know if it's just because we're kind of having a bit of a superhero overload at the moment. I don't know if it's just that.
I think it's because we're leading into Infinity War. We expected something. As we said in our Black Panther. We won't go into what happened, but
But this is, for me, still one of the best end credit scenes of the entire universe.
The first one.
Yeah, it's terrific. One thing I want to say earlier when we were talking about the final fight that I forgot to mention, I love when they set up a thing in the film and it pays off so beautifully at the end. Mm-hmm. When Tony Stark goes on his first flight in the Mark II, in the silver suit, and he tries to push how high he can go, and he has the icing problem.
Yep.
And you're like, oh, obviously they just put them just to show that he's still trying to push where he's going and everything like that. They were actually setting up the final fight right there. When he's going up with Jeff Bridges, and Jeff Bridges is like, nice going, Tony, but my suit is better than yours in every way. And Tony Stark's like, how do you solve the icing problem?
Yeah.
And Bridges is like, icing problem. And next thing, Bridges suit just like freezes it over, and he's like, might want to look into it. He just like bops him on the head. He's just like, I was like, that is such an awesome payoff for something we've already seen.
Yeah. And to what feels like is kind of a joke.
Exactly. And it shows Tony Stark's level of intellect, because he is incredibly smart. Mm-hmm. But just the level of quality that the writing is at, that they are able to set these things up, and it's like this in every other Marvel movie nearly. They set up little things, little seeds along the way, even just for future Marvel movies. Like going back and rewatching this in the Middle Eastern compound when Jeff Bridges goes to talk to the terrorist guy, the guy who holds Tony Stark. in the background, I didn't realize it's got the 10 Rings flag, and they call them the 10 Rings, which is the Mandarin's whole organization.
I didn't pick up on that. That's cool. That's something I've never noticed.
That's what I mean. And that shows how far ahead Kevin Feige is looking with this thing. Because apparently he's got like a map up until 2024 or something.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much all the spoilers really that we can go into.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So overall, 4 stars for me for Iron Man.
Yep, same for me. 4 stars. This is a great start to
It's
the
a
Marvel
very,
movies.
very, very solid effort.
What's going on here?
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing. There's been speculation that I'm parading around as a superhero. I'm just not the hero type, clearly.
Thanks for watching, guys. Those are our thoughts on Iron Man way back from 2008. Keep an eye out for our next videos in the Marvel Universe, where Incredible Hulk is next.
Yeah, it is. It is an official Marvel movie. We have to include now. It is. Yeah, it is. William Hurt reappears in Civil War, so it has to be included now.
Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming within the next week or so, couple of days, whenever.
Yeah, so we're going to try and get a couple of reviews up a week.
Yeah. As always, let us know what you thought of Iron Man, and until next time, we'll see you at the movies.